Deathstroke issue 2, which I did not read because I didn't want to, but Matt and Connor have read it. This is
Ooh
written
wee.
by Christopher Priest and art by Carlo Pugliese. So, on you go.
Go ahead, Connor, because all I'm going to do is gush about this book.
It is so good, isn't it?
Yep. So
Oh man,
just
I don't
the
understand how
espionage.
Peter's dropped
Yeah.
it. I really don't.
Oh, I get it, and I think you should go back and read it in trade, because I feel this is going to be the defining character arc for Deathstroke, because it's kind of retconning his family life, and
Yeah.
also making him like he's not just this disposable mercenary villain that we've seen on Arrow and that Deadpool got copied from. Like, it's giving the character gravitas in ways that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, it's because
So
obviously he's had these kids for a while.
yeah,
They've been around in continuity and whatever, but this is the first time we've seen like actual connections and see why we should care about them as a family connection, other than just they are a family connection.
yep, exactly. And they even play with that more because as the story goes, we're introduced to his band of mercenaries with Wintergreen, and they fly into Cambodia. And they kind of hint that it was a little while ago because they're talking about the Khmer Rouge, and if they still realize if they're not in power, and there's some jokes that like they don't get CNN out here, so tell them that. And you find out that their mission is to go take someone out from this like brothel. And at the end, well, not at the end. During that arc, you see there's a silver-haired girl who's about 8, and they all kind of question Slade, like, what's going on? This is this who we're here to get?
Yeah, I think it says she's 10 at the time.
Okay, so she's 10,
Yeah,
and it's Rose,
yeah,
Wilson, and it's the first time we've seen her, I think, in a while. So that was a nice little, and they play with, because we also get teased about Deathstroke's current wife that he has with the two sons, which that was a nice scene in the beginning where she's like, "I'm gonna go get your dad. Your brother will watch you." And then he's like, "No, he said he was leaving." And then it's just
and
Joey by
it
himself,
just throws a party.
and he throws a party. Yeah, and we also get that in the mercenary group, one of the guys flipped, and that's who told Deathstroke. It's
Yeah,
basically they're trying to find out who kidnapped Wintergreen, and the guy that disseminated the info was one of their former guys. And it's just a nice little espionage book, and we're peeling back the pieces, and we find out that Dr. Icon is still a hero in Canada, and
yeah, it's got some
Deathstroke kind
good
of gives
banter
him,
with him.
yeah, he gives him some crap like, "Oh yeah, you're the best hero on this whole 12 blocks in a city that nobody cares about." And he's
Yeah,
the same guy that decided the suit that they recovered in the last issue.
yeah, and he
Um,
jokes because Icon's saying, "Oh, it's a gravity sheath. It does all that.
yeah,
Like, it's got all this stuff, tidal effects." And Slade's just like, "Force field. Just say force field, damn it."
well, it's more than a force field. He's like, "No, it's still a force field."
Yeah, it's a lot
And
of fun.
yeah, and then they finally Wintergreen breaks their one guy that flipped on him, and they start cracking the info, and they come to find out that and this is where I got lost. Were they Slade's files that were encrypted, or were they were they being stuff hidden from Slade?
I thought they were Slade's files, but now that you
Okay,
say it, I'm not
yeah,
sure.
but basically you see the Ravager is someone that's on his hit list to go
Yeah,
after, and it ties up that this girl that he had saved 8 years ago
yeah,
is now running around. Which, when this series started and we saw the Suns, and we're familiar enough with that they become the Ravager and Jericho, I was like, well, where's Rose? Are they going to do Rose? And they
yeah.
do.
And she's the Ravager as well now.
Yeah. So I wonder if they're going to go along with Grant and that whole story arc. But
Also, I really like, when they get the information, once they're finished, they just put the bottle through his neck. It's like
yeah.
so grim and efficient, but
Mhm.
they just like completely ignore it, like
Yeah.
nothing's happened.
Well, there's that, and also throughout the art, like when they go to retrieve the info, and there's that couple that's there for Slade, and they're waiting
Mm.
on him, and they're like, "Oh no, he's not here. We're renting his loft." But clearly, like the way that they're drawn, their hands, you can't see their hands, and the girl pulls a screwdriver, I think, right, or like an ice pick,
Yeah, something like that.
and she ends up with that, in her, so taken out. But yeah, the art's great, the story is great. And it's such a surprise because I associate Deathstroke with not good. Like he's almost a punchline because of Arrow and the whole Shadow. Yes, yeah, and like it's almost back to the Marv Wolfman where this is a guy you don't want to mess with, and he's out for himself. So it's not that hard to stay away from him. But once he's on your scent, there's nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
And my favorite part I think was Deathstroke leaves, and the one guy they're trying to pull information out of is like, "Oh, I hate when he does that." And Winter Green's like, "Well, he did that before Batman did."
Yeah.
So they're just playing with that. So again, we talked about it earlier with the connected universe. Like it doesn't feels like Deathstroke's off on his own, but there's still ties to Batman and other characters.
Yeah, he's off on his own little mission, but he's still part of the world.
Yeah. So, yep, definitely enjoyed.
Yeah, definitely.
Alright, cool. Tim, what were you looking at on your phone that entire time? You look really focused.
I was just going through different stuff.
Clearly doesn't care about Deathstroke enough.
No.
If you guys say it's really good, I'll check it out at some point. But it just doesn't have really any interest for me. I think he's a great villain. I just can't really
Well, that's the thing,
imagine
'cause
wanting to read a book about
this
him.
isn't playing him as a good guy.
Yeah.
And it's not trying to. So it works.
Well, and it helps that you have Christopher Priest coming in. I feel like if we get someone that's not of that level of writer, it could go bad very quickly.
Yeah.
But just the way he's revealing stuff through flashbacks and how, it goes to the issue. So it's almost serialized in a way to where each issue kind of can stand alone because they're kind of self-contained. But as you read them, there's a bigger picture being painted.
They are excellently
It's always
paced
good.
with the flashbacks as well.
Yep.
Like they're always intercut at exactly the right moment.
Mm-hmm. So.